Hello everyone, myself Karmvir Singh. I am a IIT Delhi Mechanical Engineering student 2016 entry batch. This is the presentation for my course Automotive System. And the topic for my presentation is electrical lighting circuit in a car. So let's get started. Electrical system in a car. From the early age only, the electricity was always used for starting of the engine and the ignition. These are the main components in a nowadays car, means new cars. Charging circuit, starting circuit, ignition, engine management system, lighting circuit, auxiliary circuit. It will be clear after from the next diagram. You can see. Yes. So here you can see this alternator is used for the charging of the battery. So this is the charging circuit. So from the alternator, when the current is coming to the battery, battery is always grounded through using the vehicle. After that, yeah, there is the fuse box. From the fuse box, all the electricity is provided. The electricity is the first you can see that is provided to the spark plus the ignition coil. So that is the ignition circuit, and there is also a starter motor. You can see here this is the starter motor. The starter motor is also used to ignite to start the engine the first time, because in the starting there is no fuel in the cylinders. So to first stop to start the cycle, we use the starter motors. Like I will not go into detail for that. You can see here the headlights. This is the lightning circuit, which I am going to discuss in detail afterwards. This is the auxiliaries. You can see the car radio and the wiper. These are the car auxiliary circuits. And I think I've covered all this. Engine management systems is the management from the measuring the fuel tank level and everything extra. That is the engine management system. Okay. So, where are the lights? Means the proper lights in the. This is not the electricity. This is a lightning circuit now. So let's come to it. Their lights. First is the headlamps, the front lamps which are there. The side and the rear lamps. The side lamps are there, and the rear lamps. Rear fog lamps. The fog lamps are also used in the front, also in the rear, in the front only. The auxiliary driving lamps. Auxiliary driving lamps, reversing lamps are used when we reverse the car. Brake lights are used when we use the apply the brake, so that the other vehicle, means the vehicle following, you can see, and it also can take precaution. Then the directional indicators are used when you're turning left or right. Instrumental panel light is the light inside the car, which turns on the button light. You can see the button light, so that you can also see in dark. This is the lightning circuit of only. This is the only the main the main of the front light and the back light. Then there are no. You can say the directional indicators or etc. So there is a function of main and the dip. Dip light is used to focus the light on the ground, and the main light is used to focus on the front. This how this is function. I will tell you later. But for now, just remember that there are two functions in a lamp. Also, there are the right and the left. This is the complete circuit arrangement, how the auxiliaries and the means the complete electrical lightning circuit, which is also uses the relay and the fuses. The fuses, you can see there the fuse is used for the every every single light or the any equipment. What it is mounted in the main supply to protect the circuit from the short circuit. But however, the use of single fuse failure could result in the total loss of illumination. That is why the fuse is used for every light. The relays, what are the relays? Relays are actually used for the actuation. So you know that the headlamps are brighter, and so they require the higher power, and so that is why they use high current. But you don't supply the high current from the position of actuation. What you do is you just actually press the button, actuate it, and then the relay is energized, and when the relay is energized, the circuit is complete. And when the circuit is complete, then you can say the main current from the battery, means heavy current, is flowed and the headlamps function. So let's come to the headlamps used. These are the four types of headlamps used. First one is the filament lamps. These were used in the older days. Now HID and the LED lights are used. HID is high intensity discharge headlamps. LED is light emitting diodes. And nowadays the laser headlamps are also used. This is coming in a very expensive cars, with the luxury cars with lamps. So let me come to the tungsten halogen bulb. It's a type of the filament lamps. So this produces a high light output, So how it is produced is when the electricity is passed through a tungsten, then due to its property, it produces the light, and the halogen helps in distributing it. We produce a bright light. Uh, we use the quartz enclosed here because in the glass there was a problem of blackening of the glass, and also the filament erosion was very frequent occurring. So in the quartz enclosed, this is reduced. Also, it is the more compact and more precise focusing we got from the tungsten halogen bulb. This is how the two types of the beam is produced. First one is the main beam, second is the tip beam. From the main beam, the bulb is placed at the reflect parabolic reflector, so the upper light is produced, and in the dip beam, the bulb is placed at the right, so the focus is mainly on the road on the lower side. This is the high intensity discharge tube. When the charge is produced is flown from the two electrodes within a capsule containing a gas, typically xenon. So it produces ultraviolet rays, and when it is reflected from the fluorescent material, then the white light of lower frequency is produced. So the HID is twice as intense that of the tungsten halogen bulb, and using when it produces light at the higher temperature. That's why it's the white color that is similar to the daylight. Coming to the LEDs, how LEDs function. LEDs uses P and N type semiconductors that are held together by the gold or the silver strip. When the electron is transferred from the N type to the P type semiconductor, then the photon is emitted, and that produces a light. It is said that LEDs have more life than the normal tungsten bulb. If the tungsten bulb has 1,000 hour of life, then the LEDs can produce light up to 15,000 hour without malfunctioning. And now coming to the latest technology, laser headlamps. This is only used nowadays only in the luxury vehicles like the BMW i8, which have also claimed that their laser headlamps have 1,000 times more powerful light than the LEDs. So how it works? It is said that laser can harm your eyes, but here these are not the lasers, but only the laser used. When the blue laser emits when the blue laser falls on the yellow phosphorus, then it excites the yellow phosphorus and emits a very high intensity white light. Thank you.